Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome to another episode of the Entertainment Weekly Wrap-up.
That's right, everybody. We got a good show for you today. A lot of good, exciting new TV shows and movies coming out soon. So let's get to it.
All right, guys, starting things off with Rick and Morty Season 5. It just dropped this week.
That's right. We were looking super forward to this show. Love some Rick and Morty, and Season 5, Episode 1 definitely does not let you down. I mean, it's Rick and Morty coming right back at you with their crazy shenanigans, unfiltered, uncensored, and it was awesome. We actually just did our review of it, so definitely want to check that review out.
Yeah, if you haven't seen Rick and Morty, definitely tune in and watch this show. It's available on HBO Max and Hulu, the older season, so you can check that out and then start watching the new season, which Episode 1 at least dropped on YouTube.
And disclaimer, if you've never seen Rick and Morty, it is a total adult cartoon, probably the most raunchy, graphic adult cartoon you could ever see. So do not watch that with your kids in the room.
For sure, but I will say, like, this first episode was really good, and if this is a sign of things to come, then I'm really excited for Season 5.
Absolutely.
Here. All right, and next we got HeMan, Masters of the Universe, Revelation.
Yes, we do.
July 23rd.
Oh, yeah.
Right,
we got Prince Adam is back, baby. He-Man's back. Skeletor's back. We got some Battle Cat, Man-at-Arms. We got the Sorceress. We got them all. Everybody's back. Orko. Oh, yeah, man. So I'm totally looking forward to this, right? I mean, all of us 80s kids out there, and I'm plenty of you out there, I'm sure, that love that show. And so the cool thing is it's completely remastered and redone to today's animation. So Kevin Smith took this and he just ran with it, right? He got with Mattel, got with Netflix, and just created what looks like is going to be a fantastic show. And it looks like it's going to pick up pretty much where the original He-Man left off. So, I mean, it looks like they're all wearing the same clothes, kind of same powers. You got some great voice acting. Mark Hamill playing Skeletor. I mean, this show, man, I haven't looked forward to cartoon in a long time, but I'm definitely looking forward to some He-Man. And this is dropping on July 23rd on Netflix, and man, I am stoked about this.
Yeah, it looks like He-Man's been hitting the Bowflex a little bit.
Oh, yeah, man. Yeah, he has.
He is jacked.
Well, they didn't have Bowflex back in the 80s, man. Now they got this cool new stuff going on, so he can get the workout on before he ever had. Yeah, that's right. He's jacked. But, yeah, so you definitely want to see He-Man when it comes out, because I know I will be. And we'll be reviewing that one for sure.
The trailer looks pretty good. I mean, you can't go wrong with Mark Hamill as the voice of Skeletor. What he brings to, like, Batman with Joker, it seems like he's bringing that same stuff for Skeletor.
Yeah, Mark Hamill's probably the best animated voice actor of all time, I would have to say. I mean, he's got to be right up there, because, I mean, that guy's awesome. I mean, awesome in what he does. Yeah,
and the animation looks super cool. Like, it's updated with a lot of detail and shadows that you haven't seen before in the past episodes.
Oh, yeah. Yep, so stay tuned for that one, because that's going to be an awesome show.
And next we have news on Witcher Season 2.
Yeah, so Netflix just dropped a very short teaser trailer. It's not even a trailer, just a teaser for Season 2. It's a couple shots of Ciri in there. It looks like there's like a dagger or a sword in there that she has. And from what I understand, it's going to be pretty much about training at Kaer Morhen. So you're going to have Eskel and some other characters that are going to be in there. And it looks like potentially it's just going to be about Ciri's training at Kaer Morhen and kind of expands on that story and how that's going to go. So I'm looking forward to seeing that. I like the first season of Witcher. I know you never watched it, Josh. And I think I've read probably about the first 4 or 5 books. Really enjoyed them so far. I need to finish the storyline in the books, but
when you played the games,
and I played all the games, yeah, exactly. I mean, yeah, great franchise. Period. I just love it, man. I think it's an awesome franchise. I wasn't super impressed about them picking Henry Cavill at first, but then when he did what he did as Geralt, I was like, wow, I do get a great job, and I was very impressed with his acting in it. I didn't think he was going to be a good Geralt, and then he was, and he blew me away. So I was definitely looking forward to that show coming.
Well, you were hoping they were picking Mads Mikkelsen or something like that.
Yeah, Mads Mikkelsen, I think would have been an awesome Geralt. But, hey, Henry worked, man, so I'm good with that.
Yeah, I haven't seen it, but I've had it on my short list, so it's something I definitely need to check out. Maybe I'll catch up on it right before Season 2 drops. So.
Yeah, there you go.
And next we have Space Jam 2 trailer that we saw, and that hits theaters on July 16th. What do you think about Space Jam?
So I don't think anybody can live up to the king, to Michael Jordan, but LeBron looks like he might do an all right job.
Big shoes to fill.
Yeah, ginormous shoes to fill. But, and I'm not the biggest LeBron James fan, but it looks like he might do all right in the show. I mean, in the trailer, he looks like he's doing pretty well. There's not a whole lot of acting from him in it, but what I saw, it looks okay. I think, you got Bugs and, of course, all the characters back, just like the first one. And then what's cool about this one that I like, too, is it kind of goes between animation to, like, 3D type
cartoon to, like, CGI.
Yeah, exactly. CGI stuff. So, looks like it might be a decent show, decent movie.
Yeah, I think it's been a while since I've seen a movie that incorporates, like, live person with cartoons. So,
yeah,
it'd be interesting to see that again. I'm not the biggest Space Jam, and this movie looks like it's catered to kids. It looks extremely goofy.
Mm-hmm. But now it does have Don Cheadle playing the main villain. I like Don Cheadle. I think he's a great actor, so I think he's going to bring some good aspect to it. And I guess the premise is he basically kidnaps LeBron's family. In order to get him back, LeBron's got to put together an all-star team to beat Cheadle and his team at basketball. So, it's looking like it might be, it's probably going to copy, Space Jam 1 pretty good. Have a lot of that aspect to it, but hopefully it'll be at least an entertaining movie.
Yeah, it looks good just to see the Looney Tunes guys back, like Bugs Bunny, Wile E. Coyote, and the gang. So it looks like it could be a fun kids movie.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, and next we have Tomorrow War dropping on Netflix July 2nd. What do you think about this space movie? Or future movie? Yeah,
so I got to tell you, the first trailer or two we saw of it, I was interested. I was like, okay, this looks kind of cool. You never really got to see what the bad thing was, or the alien was that they're trying to get at, because evidently... but in this third trailer, you're really finding out that they're taking people from the past and shipping them to the future to fight a future war against these aliens that take over the world. But then when you finally get to see these aliens in this last trailer, it kind of reminds me of A Quiet Place. They look kind of similar to the A Quiet Place aliens, and the monsters in A Quiet Place, and I wasn't really feeling it. And then it's almost like they took Edge of Tomorrow and A Quiet Place and some other action movies and threw them together here, and I don't know, man. I mean, I really wanted to see it until I just saw this last trailer, and this last trailer kind of put me off a little bit. But I don't know. Maybe it'll prove me wrong.
Yeah, it reminds me a lot of Edge of Tomorrow. I'm sure it won't have the rewinding time function, but like even the beasts look a little similar to the crazy aliens in that. So I don't know.
Yeah, like I said, I was
kind of look a little bit like Independence Day, kind of starting off as well.
Yeah, and there's even kind of like a little speech in there that somebody gives. It looks like it came straight out of Independence Day as well. You're not just fighting for the United States, you're fighting for the world. So it's kind of like, they tried to took a couple of aspects from different movies in there and tried to merge them all together. And I'm not sure how it's going to turn out. Hopefully it turns out good, but I don't know. I think
it could be a fun action movie. It looks like there's some decent comedy built in.
I mean, it's got Chris Pratt. That guy's funny. He's a great actor, but I don't know if even he can save what I saw in the trailers.
I don't know.
So we'll see. Hopefully it turns out to be a good movie.
I'm neutral on it, so I'll give it a shot and see how it goes.
Yeah.
Okay, next we also had a new trailer of Snake Eyes hit. The movie doesn't come out until October, but what did you think of the new trailer for Snake Eyes?
Yeah, so Snake Eyes' new trailer, again, kind of like, all of us HeMan fanatics, back in the 80s, another great one, G.I. Joe, right? Those are two big ones, HeMan and G.I. Joe. And then, of course, a little later, you had the Thundercats and some other stuff like that. But, G.I. Joe was huge. I had a lot of G.I. Joe action figures, just like I had HeMan ones. Snake Eyes was one of my favorite. I love Snake Eyes. And, of course, Storm Shadow, you had one, you had to have them both. You had to have them fight each other. But this trailer, so this is basically the... showing origin story exactly. Okay. So Snake Eyes' origin story, and not just his origin story really, but Storm Shadow's too at this point, right? From what we saw in the trailer. So I'm interested in watching it. I'd like to see what aspect, how they're trying to go here with Snake Eyes and Storm Shadow. Not sure. The trailer made it look like a great aspect of how they're trying to do it here. Like there was, some Yakuza guys or something, or at least Storm Shadow was, and he gets. It looks like maybe you get Snake Eyes dragged into it. Snake Eyes saves him, and then Storm Shadow trains Snake Eyes in the ninja way, and at least that's what this last trailer looked like. But I mean, I don't know. Even though I might have not have been too stoked about some of the parts of the trailer, I still think I think it might be a good movie. I definitely want to watch it.
Yeah, I mean, who doesn't love two ninjas fighting each other with swords and stuff like that? You know what I mean?
Now, they did throw some, like, Fast and Furious aspect to it. Like, their scenes were, like, racing on these cars and fighting on top of the cars and stuff. And I think too many movies are trying to do that now. You see it in a lot of movies now. They're trying to, too much action in vehicles and stuff. But, I mean, it's like a lot of the action movies we watched recently has that kind of stuff in it, right? Even the Infinite, had some stuff like that in it. Racing around in the cars and breaking through walls of buildings. So a lot of that I like in the trailer. But again, there was a lot of action in the trailer, and it looks like it might be a decent movie.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't really get a heavy G.I. Joe vibe from it, though.
That's true. Yeah, no, yeah, you're right. There wasn't much G.I. Well, until they introduced...
I think Baroness came in, right?
Baroness came in. They introduced Cobra, a little bit. So I wonder how much of that we're actually going to get in the movie, right? So that's a good point.
I'm worried about it because normally when you see Snake Eyes, he's kind of mysterious, and now they're kicking things off with his origin story, which I think might take some of that mystery away. So I don't know.
Yeah.
Same thing with Storm Shadow. I don't really like seeing these guys with their masks off. I like that mystery. I actually like how Storm Shadow and Snake Eyes were kind of portrayed in the previous movie. I know Storm Shadow was out of his uniform quite a bit in that movie, but I like how they played him and what they did with him there.
Yeah, no, I agree with that.
Even though that movie wasn't the greatest. What did you think about the previous G.I. Joe movies?
They were okay. I think they could have been a lot better, but they weren't horrible. I mean, there was some entertainment value to them. I didn't
really care for the second one. I thought the first one had some interesting scenes, but that could have been tightened up, and it could have been an okay movie. But
there's a lot more they could have done with them. And hopefully this the Snake Eyes origin story will be a little bit better than the first two G.I. Joe movies were. But
and I like the guy from Crazy Rich Asians. I just don't know if I like him as Snake Eyes.
Right.
So we'll see.
Yeah, no, it's we're definitely gonna watch it and we'll do a review on it. But I'm hoping that they surprise us here and it's not just what we saw in the preview and that's it. So
okay, moving on to Gunpowder Milkshake that comes out on July 14th on Netflix. What do you think of this?
Yes, this movie actually looks pretty cool. It's got your John Wick vibe, but it's females, right? A bunch of female assassins. You got all-star cast in this, right? You got Karen Gillan. You got Carla Gugino. You got Michelle Yeoh. You got Paul Giamatti. There's a lot of good people that are acting in this movie. And from the trailer, it looks, like I said, it looks very John Wickish. Looks like there's going to be a lot of action involved, a lot of female hitman, assassin going on. Looks like Karen Gillan's character is the daughter to Lena Headey's character, and so Lena Headey evidently, I guess, a kind of abandoned Karen Gillan when she was young. Karen Gillan kind of grew up on her own, but they ended up becoming a hit woman just like her mother did, or an assassin just like her mother. And then she ends up coming across some kind of situation where there's an 8-year-old girl, and the 8-year-old girl's dangerous, and she tries to save her. And then it's all about bringing down the bad guy, right? Who is Paul Giamatti in this. So Paul Giamatti plays a bad guy. You got all these female assassins to get together, and they're trying to take him and his organization out. So it looks like it's probably going to be just a pretty interesting movie. Probably one of those movies you don't got to pay a lot of attention. You just enjoy the action and just go along for the ride. But I think at least for that much, it'll be good. I think it's going to provide a lot of action. It'll be cool watching all these females kick butt and just have a good time doing it.
Yeah, and if you don't recognize those names, that's Cersei from Game of Thrones.
Yep, yeah, Lena Headey, Cersei from Game of Thrones.
And then the chick from Jumanji and Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yep, Karen Gillan, yep.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know. It seems like a knockoff of John Wick. I don't know. I mean, the trailer makes it look good, but I got fooled in a lot of movies recently, like Mortal Kombat and all those through the trailer.
That's true, yeah.
I hope it doesn't have something.
Well, because a lot of times the trailer will have like all the action, like Infinite, for instance. Yeah, really got fooled by that one.
Movie that looked good that didn't pan out to be too good.
Not at all. So hopefully this one doesn't fall along in that category. Hopefully this one, at least the action will be really good. Where Infinite, it really wasn't that great. And at least it'll just sit back with a bag of popcorn or something and just enjoy the movie and just not have to think about anything and just have fun watching it.
Yeah, and I'm hoping they'll bring good action. It looks like your stereotypical story, like an assassin-like character is protecting a younger kid. And I'm sure that kid's always getting in the way and holding them back. So we'll see.
Exactly.
But hopefully it'll be good. But that's coming out real soon, and it's on Netflix. So it's not like you're paying money.
It's definitely worth checking out, I think. So.
Okay, and this Friday, Fast and Furious 9 drops.
Fast 9. How many more of these movies are we going to have, man? I think they're saying 2 more after this one or something.
Well, they keep making billions of dollars. They're probably not going to stop.
Right, exactly. So, so this one, Han's back, right? How the heck is Han back? I have no idea. Maybe they're going to...
It looked pretty clear that he was dead in the previous movie.
Oh, yeah. Like he got himself killed. He got that bad wreck, and I don't know how anybody could have survived that. But I guess maybe they're going to play it where he maybe jumped out of the car before the wreck happened. I don't know, but in Tokyo Drift, that dude definitely got dusted.
Yeah. And now John Cena is in this next one. I guess he's not directly replacing The Rock, but he's
coming in as that type of character. So, and I guess he's going to be playing Vin Diesel's brother in this. They're going to be brothers in it.
They look like they're brothers.
Yeah. Then Cardi B is going to be in it. So, they're bringing a different dynamic here, some new people to it. And evidently Cardi B is also going to be in Fast 10, they're saying already as well. So evidently they really liked her in Fast 9. I thought she did a great job. So they're bringing her in for the next one. So, I don't know, man.
I hope they do have Kurt Russell in this one.
That would be awesome.
Clint Eastwood's kids. So I enjoyed them from the last movie.
Yeah, that would be cool.
But these movies are just getting crazier crazier totally with nuts. Each one. Totally they used to be, I wouldn't say very grounded, but it was just about street racing, normal people, and now everyone knows, like, martial arts.
Everybody's a karate expert.
It's getting nuts. And in this one, it looks like John Cena pushes a car aside or something like that, and cars flying.
You got a scene where a car is like on a freaking rope bridge, and the rope bridge is falling, and the car is riding up this rope bridge. It's like, no, gravity didn't work that way, man. There's no riding up a rope bridge and it's falling.
Now these movies the last couple have always been ridiculous, but I've been able to like turn off my brain and just sit back and enjoy them for what they are.
Yeah, this one looks like it's definitely going to be bringing way more ridiculousness, which means way more action, I'm sure, at the same time. So I don't know, man. They, like you said, they've been making a ton of money with these movies, and they've definitely been entertaining to watch, at least, so I'm sure this one will be as well.
Yeah, the continuity bothers me. Like the Jason Statham murdered a bunch of people in the 2 movies ago, and now he's a good character. I'm like, how can he be a good character? It opens with you in a hospital throwing grenades at people, killing people left and right, and they're trying to say, like, he was working for the villain. That's why he was doing it. I'm like, it doesn't matter. Like, your actions, you can't justify that. So them bringing Han back, I'm like, why are you bringing him back? Like, you can bring anybody back if you can bring that guy back.
Well, and when evidently there was talks about Gal Gadot coming back too, right? Like somehow she survived that fall. I'd read stuff about that.
Surprised.
But yeah, they're bringing Han back, who died in a freaking fiery car accident. Why couldn't they bring her back from just falling, right? So, yeah, I don't know. But we'll see, man. I mean, hopefully it's going to be a good movie.
And last but least, we have Demon House.
All right. So
this is not a new movie.
No. So Demon House came out in 2018, all right? And Zach Baggins from Travel Channel's Ghost Adventures created this movie. It's supposed to be a true story. He claims it is. I guess there was a lot of Reddit chatter about this. We're like, you know what? Let's check this movie out and just see what the hype is about this movie. Yeah. Zach Baggins, I think, would be better off being called Bilbo Baggins this movie because of all the fantasy nonsense that I saw happening in this movie.
So I guess you can call this a documentary.
Yeah, it's supposed to be a documentary.
One of the worst documentaries I've ever seen.
Oh, horrible documentary, right? So you got, there's just so many fake, so they get into this house. Well, first of all, Zach actually buys this house, right? So it's this rundown house that this family was living in. And number one, this family had already been in trouble for like child abuse and all kinds of crap, and their kids weren't in school and all that. So to believe their story is just ridiculous to begin with, right? But they swore up and down the house is haunted. They got the cops in on it. The cops like, oh yeah, it's haunted. Some crazy stuff going on here. They had a priest get in on it. All these people were getting in on this action about this haunted house in this neighborhood. And so they move. The family moves out. Evidently their kids are all getting possessed by demons, and they got the mom got exorcised and all kinds of crazy nonsense in the show or in the documentary. And then, of course, so Zach spends $35,000 and buys this house. And I can see why he made a documentary, because he probably walked into the house like, holy crap, I just wasted $35,000. I better find some way to make a show out of this, to sell this show to make my money back. Because
you see this documentary. We all seen Ghost Hunters and stuff like that. Sure, you're expecting like weird stuff to move, a lot of noises and weird shadows and stuff like that, and you hardly get any real footage from the documentary.
Well, speaking of shadows, so Zach's saying, Zach's big thing was, hey, about 4 weeks before I bought this house, I had a dream. And in that dream, there was a giant 12-foot ghost demon. And that ghost demon blew black smoke at me, and I inhaled the black smoke, and I woke up. And it was like 2 weeks later. And then 2 weeks later, I get this phone call about this house. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I got to check it out. So then he goes, and of course, somehow this demon's in that house. But he says 12-foot demon. You get in this house, and it's a small rundown house, and like almost like the projects, right? The house ain't the ceilings in this house are probably no bigger than 8 foot. So how the heck a 12-foot demon's hanging out in an 8-foot house? I don't know, But maybe he's like bending down, walking around like this or something, or he's just hunched over the whole time he's in the house, because you ain't fitting a 12-foot demon in that house.
The only like supernatural stuff you really see is like this shadow, and then like he gets angry when he's in the house.
Yeah. He has like this angry spell, and then the priest does too, right? So him and the priest both, no, it wasn't even a priest. It was the doctor, the demonologist doctor guy or whatever that he had to walk around the house with him. They act like they're getting angry and like getting roid rage in the house, and then one of the guys on his camera crew gets this roid rage going on, and then they go to the hotel, and then he's like raging out and claims he saw the demon on the elevator, and then he's like, all right, shut the cameras off. But it's like, shut the cameras off. Like, you're filming a documentary. Like, what are you talking about? Shut the cameras off. So it was complete nonsense. It was a horrible documentary. And then, of course, in the end, Zach demolishes the house, probably because, the other funny part, too. So, and this just really threw it all out of whack. And why, if I was him, I wouldn't even put this in the movie. But he gets there to take possession of his house, and there's squatters living there, right? So he goes in and he's talking to the squatter and he's like, hey man, how long you guys living here? He's like, oh yeah, man, we camped out here for a while, me and my girl and all these. Let me introduce you to my friends. So he brings Zach in and there's like a bunch of people squatting in his house. He's like, hey, so anything going on in his house? He's like, oh, my girl's been here. She hasn't seen anything. Nothing crazy's going on. He's like, what about you, man? And he's like, I've had people ask me that before, when they talk about, we got to talk price here. You don't know, you want to know what I know, we got to talk about price in here. This dude's like, he's like, you give me enough money, I'll tell you, I saw whatever you want me to tell you. So
practically,
yeah. That's what it seemed like this guy was trying to say. And it's like, seriously? So yeah. I don't know how people buy into this garbage and how they think, oh man, this stuff just has got to be real.
I was hoping to at least be scared too.
Yeah,
how are you making this? There was no scary stuff.
No scary stuff in here. No, it was. I mean, it looked completely staged. A lot of it did. Do not watch that movie unless you just want to laugh at Zach, because that's really all you can do watching that film. So we just thought we'd throw that in there as a neat little nugget because it was something we heard about. And we're like, all right, we'll check it out. And
well, we wasted our time with it, so we thought we'd get something.
We wasted an hour and a half watching it. Right? So yeah, so that's Demon House for you in a nutshell.
Yeah, avoid it at all costs.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
All right, everybody, that's it for this week's episode of the Entertainment Weekly Wrap-Up. We hope you enjoyed it. If you did, press like and subscribe. And also, remember, Fast 5 is coming out on Friday. Check it out and stay tuned as we get our review ready for it as well. We'll check you the next time.
All right, guys, kicking things off with Rick and Morty Season 5 just dropped this week.
And in Rick and Morty fashion.
What?
Rick and Morty fashion. In
Ricky
Morton fashion. F-bombs.
Are you still going on? We're cutting here.
Are we cutting that?
Yeah, we're cutting.
No, hopefully, I mean, it's...
Oh, just keep going, Billy. We got this. I can save it. Yeah. Don't worry about him. Rick and Morty's good.
No, that one. Her mother was an assassin. She abandons her, so she's kind of forced to raise herself. But she ended up growing up as an assassin. And don't mind him, because I know I just told you guys all that. So that's all right.
That's ridiculous.
But yeah, no, dude, it's cool. But all right, I know you haven't been watching Witcher yet. You haven't been really big into it. And what are you smiling at me like that? Well, you're just done.
Yeah, I'm done.